Everyone, welcome to the channel. My name's Fola, and today I am going to be diving into with you some shadow work talk. Primarily, though, we're going to pull cards for the collective, and I'll get to hopefully some personal card readings too. For those of you who would like one, you can let me know in the comments. I guess just to start off, obviously, if you're new here or not yet aware, members in the community get like priority readings. And then also, if you want to purchase a reading, you can do so through my PayPal link, which I realize I don't think I have it up here. But let me know, how are you guys doing today? What's been showing up for you lately? You know, what energy has kind of been like percolating in your life? I feel like there's so much right now happening. Um, the sun is like so incredibly hot right now. And I wonder how much of it is because of that. So, whatever that might be. Okay. Hi, Kaylee. Hi. Hi, Meredith, darling. Hello, hello. Yeah, like, can you feel it? It almost feels like there's something like burning away, which to me is very timely when we talk about the concept of shadow work. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that will work, that link. I guess we'll find out. Because when we think about the shadow, when we think about this whole process of our energy, the things that maybe we've been struggling with or suffering from or with, I don't know, whatever kind of word we want to put in there. There's a whole process of us having to kind of like come to terms with it. This to me is a spiritual emergence or spiritual awakening process, and face the darkness, right? There's a whole process within the alchemy that's like facing that darkness, kind of letting it come up, get burned, and then like it helps us to remove whatever does not serve us, bring light to whatever might be holding us back, the shadow energy that we all have. Okay, this is the thing about it. It's not like anyone's perfect. It's the shadow is also a part of us. And as a Scorpio, I can tell you, I love the shadow aspect. And it can also be really frightening, very scary to come and look at these parts of ourselves. But in my opinion, when we can actually look at those shadows, those kind of perceptions or personality traits, the ways in which we can behave or think or feel that are not of love, maybe they induce more fear. When we can start to look at that and just have an honest conversation with it internally, right? It doesn't have to be anything wild, or writing it out on paper in a journal. Then we start to shift the connection to that relationship with that part. And then we integrate it. We bring it all kind of into this place where it actually is no longer a weakness. It becomes a power. Okay. Kaylee says, feeling the Virgo season, to-do list vibes. Yeah, totally. I'm like, wait, what? You got to keep going, Fola? Lathe spirit of sloth here. Meredith. Yeah, I think I just saw a video from a gal that I kind of worked with at this old like psychedelic company, and I just loved it. It showed her, it was her and a man, and like this is interesting when we talk about shadow. The difference is almost of our feminine masculine energy showing up. And it showed the guy like, really focused on this task. He was like lifting weights. And then the girl, she was like doing everything. It was kind of like cut scenes to her like jumping up and down, her kind of getting angry, then finally her just laying on the ground and talking about the cycle differences of the feminine and masculine and how we have to honor that. So that's just an example, For some people, it might be doing a lot of things. And there's a shadow and there's a light to that. I can tell you, I know much about the shadow of overdoing. And then there's that concept of like the slothliness. Can I use that word? The slowing down, not doing anything. Some people might say laziness. And it's like, but there's also a place for the rest, right? So it's like us reframing these concepts within ourselves. And we're going to tune into the collective energy of a shadow. What's this kind of like shadow energy that maybe is showing up for us right now? Because as I said, the sun's like really shining brightly. We can feel the heat. If you were to look outside right now here in Edmonton, it's like super hazy, I think because of like wildfires and the smoke coming in. And it's like, okay, how can we bring clarity and visibility to these darker parts of ourselves so that we can then move forward? So we're going to do all of that. Hello, hello, Jasur. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum assalam. Hi, Holy Spirit Hour. Hello, Robin from NYC. Yeah. Hello, Mila. You look like Rue. I don't know who that is. Well, let's see what the collective shadow energy wants us to know here for today as our guides light the way. The first card that comes out is this Seven of Pentacles. Look at that hard worker. Look at that diligent person making their way through the coins, etching, sketching. It's interesting how he actually has this like black Saturnian bib on, and it's tied from behind. Have you ever tried to put like a hospital gown on your back, like literally like tie it from behind? Like if you've ever tried something like that, you know what I'm talking about. It's a little bit of a challenge. But we have here this energy of the artisticness of work is how I want to describe it. Oh, sorry, eight of Pentacles. There's something here about the beauty of you stepping into a diligence. And what this might reference for us, as it was mentioned, this Virgo season. So the 8 on the Tree of Life is related to the mercurial sphere of Hod. And it's like an intellectual thing. Like I think like a lot of you right now are trying to intellectualize the work. You're in this place of like such a bondage of structure because it's probably worked before. That's why I'm kind of like something about this back energy. Like it's worked in the past. Like it's in the past. It's been what's helped us move forward. But now we're being asked to like be conscious about this intellectual aspect, because it's interesting how I thought it was a 7 initially. That just kind of shows me that there's like something moving between the 7 of Netzach, the artsy kind of like creative, beautiful place, versus this, not versus, but like the intellectualized component of how we can go about work. And it is really about a balance. I love how on here he has 6, moving on to the 7th, and there's like the 8th one just kind of like rested off to the side. So there's something here about balancing with the 6 in the heart and coming or approaching the work, approaching those things you're feeling called to, especially this week as we're like in the beginning of back to routine, right? Back to the regular grind, I guess, of our world. And I don't know if you have kids or, you know, like it can like put us into this mindset of like, and if you're anything like me, it's been a balance of releasing the need to plan and figure out everything, and also making it kind of fun or heart-centered, right? Going with the flow. And we have Page of Cups that came out after that. So this is just showing me that flow energy, the emotional energy, the movement through, like, I want to say time, which is interesting, and especially if we have the black bib here of Saturn. It's like, and notice how it's the black bib. That's what I'm gonna call it. Like the mother putting a bib on the kid. Why would a mother put a bib on a kid? Like to make sure that they don't like puke up all over themselves on their nice new clothes, right? The clothes of blue, which is the sphere of Hesed, the Jupiterian expansive. So there's something here protecting our work and protecting us that is going to help us to shift the emotionality that's going on with this Page of Cups. I always find it funny how the fish is like pointing out, coming out of the cup, like trying to talk to him. Did you see the video or like hear anything about this news? Like, and it shows literally this dad and the son were on like kayaks or something, and the son got swallowed by a whale. And then like spit out again. Can you imagine? That just brings like complete, I don't know, horror to my mind. Okay, I'm gonna get into the third card here. I feel like it's gonna tie us to this Page of Cups. But I just want to see some hello here. Hi, Tahira. Hello, hello. Hello, Sharpiche. Pregnancy, the jealous mother. That's interesting. Which I guess, you know, hi, Nezrin. Hello. This energy of the Empress kind of falling on the like left side of this layout. The Empress, if I'm not mistaken, crosses the bar of like between the two spheres in the upper triad. So when we talk about the tree, we have like these three, and one of them is that Saturnian Bina energy, the mother, and then on the other side is the father. The Empress like lays across, linking those two. It's like she's the door, which is the letter Dalet, which this is tied to, that allows us to move through from the force of creation, the masculine like, and then the form of the mother's womb. Char is saying here this pregnancy concept. So I'm going to just invite you to call in the energy of the Empress, that energy of Dalet. That place that can help you to just tune into what wants to come through that's actually important, instead of getting caught up in the overwork or the over routining, over planning, over structuring everything. So whatever that might be, I love how you again have this confirmation of Netzach, that seventh sphere with the Venus sigil here. But this like level of this harvest, if you saw the card pulls for today, the pick a deck reading for kind of like technically it's for this week, but it just felt like right to share like a pick a card for the whole community, like free public, whatever. Because we are in this time of like the next chapter seasonally, right? Here in Alberta, like the farmers are out, things are happening to harvest, everything that's been growing, everything that's been like taking its time these past several months to come to bloom, to come to fruition. And like, I noticed this, I'm not sure this is going to mean anything to everyone, but like, I love how we have this like path that goes kind of across both pillars of the tree. And then in these two other cards, we have the energies of blue and red and black. Like he's got black on his belt, but blue and red, that is the link of the next tree of life, like triangle, the middle triad, which is Chesed and Gebura. The blue, again, the blue and the red. It's like this balance, which we've talked about here. So there's really something around, for me, and at least what I'm interpreting here is this like embracing this shadow of our overwork that leads to an imbalance. Because the Empress herself, or like royalty, they're not going to overdo things. They know exactly when to act because they are coming from a place of authority. And they have this tie or this like dance with a sense of elegance. There's something, again, the beauty aspect, like on his outfit are like these sort of like flowers. Okay, let's see. Let's pull a chakra card. So in terms of the shadow, is there some chakra that maybe wants to be explored? I feel like we get this isolation card. What's up with that? Nesrin says, allowing the garden to grow naturally instead of forcing them to grow. Yeah, I love that. Nicely put. And that just ties me to the statement there by Shar about this jealous mother. It's like the sphere of Bina almost being like, can you just like hold off? Like, why are you trying to get so in? Like, I am the expert. I am the goddess, queen mother of how things play out, how things are grown, how things come to actual fruition. And that like jealousy is definitely like an interesting choice of a word. It's like that jealous God energy that's often, they talk about God in the Bible, like you are a jealous God. I always wondered about like, well, what does that actually mean? Um, Whatever that might even bring up for you based around this like shadow energy. So we have a throat chakra card. We have the card isolation. This little figure being invited to some type of gala, an event. What does this have to do with our shadow? I'm just kind of like hearing it's like, okay, so for this month, you're returning to a routine. You're returning to like, even if your routine's not changing, the world around you, its routine is changing. Okay, so it's still going to impact you because this blue card, this isolation energy, the fact that there's a suit, like you wouldn't just wear, well, someone might, but you wouldn't just wear a suit. You're not being invited to go to a place where it's just you, right? There's other people. So there's this like sense here of whatever this routine is that's coming through this month. Really, like how can you recognize that it doesn't have to impact you, but you also don't have to like completely shy away from all the invitations, the offerings, the opportunities, because I wanted to say it's going to leave you feeling blue. Like he's like a little blue guy. Oh, I thought I was doing the chakra cards. That was weird. I guess we needed a page of swords to come out too. So something about your thoughts it's like the thoughts that you think you can handle the bountifulness of opportunities this month, or actually that you can't handle is how I wanted to word that you can't handle. So, like example, there's all these cool things that are showing up, but I just don't think that that's going to be for me. I don't think I can do it. I won't be able to squeeze everything into my calendar. Like really severing the ties to those thoughts or beliefs or stories for this month. Because otherwise you are going to miss out on, not like miss out, but it's like there's opportunities out there for you. And with that then comes the need to be wise. All those lovely gray clouds. Be wise. Be trusting that the things for you will be there. Spirit will direct you and guide you. But you can only get to one thing at a time. So this overworking, I'm going to pull chakra cards because that's what I wanted to do in the first place. So stepping forward, that's what was going to be stepping forward. What's going to bring the most like sense of this balance and integration of the shadow. Oh, another blue. Okay, so we definitely have a throat. We have the quest card. Oh, I love how it's like showing this choice. So moving forward, if these experiences are happening where you're focused on your work, there's back to school, back to whatever routine, and you're feeling like you just want to kind of like hyper focus on some areas of your life and you're being invited to show up elsewhere. The invitation here is choose your own adventure. And to literally imagine both opportunities, like this woman standing left and right. So one opportunity has one vision or version of what outcome, and the other has another. So how can you perceive both of these outcomes of the invitation or the opportunity to, sit down and do some work? Like literally, like not having to visualize it to create it, but more so being like, okay, when I see that or think that, I feel whatever, or what are you perceiving about each of those? And then from there, choose the adventure, choose the quest that feels true for you. And the fact that we have 2 of these throat blue chakra cards is just showing this idea of this communication between you and spirit, this communication between you and others, speaking no's or yeses or whatever this might be, but also tuning into the blue. I love how I even wore blue. I don't always wear these earrings, but for some reason I was like, oh, I guess I'll put these on today. So there's something here about this recognition for yourself. How can you choose? Because everything is a choice, and it's a powerful thing. Okay. My family is jealous over a baby in marriage. Interesting, Char. I'm sorry to hear that. Isolation, hidden seed underground, unexpected bloom. I love that, Nazarene. Thanks. Hi, Andrew. Hello. Nice to see you here. So, okay. I'm going to pull another 2 cards from these other decks, but then I'm going to go into the personal reading. So if you would like that, you can let me know in the comments. So let's see. I think, this deck will be good. Natalie's deck will be awesome because it's totally, But yeah, is there anything in particular standing out for you of like, when you hear these words and you think about where you are in this transition now into September, how do you perceive your relationship with this like balance of doing or balance of pausing, having fun, I guess we could say, even though I think when you're doing, you can still have fun. So yeah, okay, we got some Bina thing here again. Mother wound. This is interesting. It's time to heal the wound you carry about your mother, mothering figure, her ancestral lineage. So right here, you hear the bird? So we're just going to call to Bina, that mother, the great sea, to just bring that healing, because with Saturn, there is a sense of karmic repatterning that gets to happen. And even within the harshness that was or is the mother, that great Bina, there's also love and nurturance and a care, a holding of everything that you've gone through in her womb, her bosom. So thank you, angels, for just clearing whatever wants to be cleared here. You can surrender it, imagine it going to the earth. Whatever wounds you have with your mother or in concepts of this whole mothering energy. Because there is a lot of power in this concept of this balance. And, the shadow in itself is like the masculine doing has been so encouraged for like however long now. And the feminine being in the body, the chilling, relaxing. Oh my God, look. Anyways, it has like not been encouraged. It's been literally murdered, raped, murdered, brutally invaded, with how the feminine has been treated across time. So as a positive message to kind of end this collective reading. Okay, let's do this one. Oh God. Divine. And at the bottom of the deck, we have water. So, oof, that's really cool. So if you can spend time in water this week, you guys, so amazing. Desert, yeah, Desert's like, yeah, Desert's like the water goddess. So anyway, um, if you can spend time near the water, I love how we have the moon symbol here with the triple goddess, this divine feminine symbol. If you can connect, and if we think about the triple goddess again, there's the maiden, mother, crone. There's this trinity thing. So we have that here. We have the aspect of the new dark shadowy moon. We have the energy of the moon coming and growing and dying and then being full in its brightness. There's all these cyclical cycles that we are being called to embrace that are going to help us. And this doesn't mean you have to be a woman. We all are embodying this energy. I mean, it's not a woman on the card, which is interesting. It's a man, right? And I love how 8, that Hode energy is actually the bottom sphere on the tree on that same side as the mother. So there's still a tie or a link between intellect, right? A queen on the throne is not going to be an idiot. She's like going to be, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, she could be, but usually I'd say like Queen Elizabeth I is like one of my, if she were alive, I feel like would be a cool mentor to have. Just very inspiring, that energy, right? And this power and this knowing. So for you, where is this triple energy, goddess energy, this connection to the mother aspect, right? How is all this kind of linking you towards reconciling the shadow? And know that the masculine is going to support you. Okay. Like, I love how we have the emotions and the thoughts kind of within the page energy here. This like the sun, right? That like literally the sun. There's the king, queen, son, daughter. So there's something there, I think, for all of us to tune into. Okay, I think that's enough for the collective reading. We're going to do some card pulls for individuals now. So if you would like one, I think there's some names here. I'm going to do my best to write these down. Okay, Tahira, Kaylee, Robin. Oh, first year I'm not going back to school in September, so the work feels different, more personal, more self-directed. Ooh, exciting. I love your post too, Kaylee, on Instagram. So all the best with that, with the acupuncture and the fun of putting yourself out there and being open to receive from others in that way. Nezrin. Okay. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone up above. So we're going to pull some cards, and I guess there's a little interlude. What do I need to say here? Well, we're doing the live today, do another one next Monday. Coming up, I'm going to look at my little calendar because otherwise I won't remember everything. Okay, so next week on the Friday, the 18th in the evening, I believe it is, we're going to have the community members energy healing. And this is all based around like activating this like emergence, spiritual emergence energy inside of us, like taking ourselves to this like next level of our magic, next level of how we're thriving in our life, the next level of our consciousness. So if that's something that interests you, you can hit join the Practicus membership. This is like a live event and a bit of a teaching where I tune into Reiki, and yeah, we just tune into this like high vibrational energy that supports us then with being open to receive whatever it is the universe wants to show us, teach us, put into our lives. So that's going to be on the, the 12th, sorry, not the 18th. That's Friday. I'll have a link eventually out here. And then on the 18th, Ooh, this is exciting. I guess I haven't really talked about this just yet. I put a post out as like a little teaser, but this is going to be the Alchemy Collective. This is a revamp of an online circle that I was previously hosting. We're going to be taking it deeper. We're going to be really focusing on different ways in which you can start to like practically shift energy so you can live your dreams, live the life that you desire to live, experience more freedom, more like prosperity, and this deeper connection to yourself. Because I can tell you that since starting all this magical work, these concepts, putting things into practice, I feel like life has been definitely a learning opportunity. But what I'm noticing as I sit and have conversations with some of you who've like, I'm so grateful for you sharing your input, your thoughts, being open to conversations with me as I hear what's going on for you in your life. But I'm recognizing that where I was like over a year ago compared to where I am now, with how my nervous system, my ability to have more faith and trust and a sense of well-being, like it's completely shifted. And I've just been sitting with like, well, why? And it's like, well, it's magic. It's like, it's the Shem stuff, like the Shem HaMephorash, the names of God, working with that. It's diving into the path, working on the tree of life, calling these energies into myself, witnessing them, living them out. And I feel a lot of gratitude because it's like I didn't expect that. And yet here I am. So these alchemical, like or alchemy collective circles are going to be live Zoom calls that are going to happen every month. The first official one's going to be on the 18th. I'm going to have a sign up place for you on YouTube so you can find out more, get the time. I think it's going to be 6:15 Mountain Standard Time. And literally, it'll be like group call. And my hope is to have space for one or two people to kind of do like the hot seat mentorship. So it'll be a level of vulnerability, bravery to come in front of others, in front of your community, and talk and be witness, but also support others. Because what happens is we're just mirrors of each other, right? It's a collective. We literally are all going through the same thing. This is going to be a chance for you to share and then move through, alchemize, whatever it is that's been going on for you. And I'm going to be holding that mentoring role and support and do the things that I do, all the fun energy work, the magical related tools and tricks and tips, whatever, so that, yeah, you can create these changes for yourself. So yeah, that's happening. I'm excited. Well, I guess we'll see what happens, right? My hope is every month that's going to take part. And then, of course, we have our new moon ritual. I realized, oh, when is that? The 22nd of September, the Virgo new moon ritual and solar eclipse, kind of like part 2 of the last one we just did in the membership. So that's going to be soon, because everyone knows this month of September is going to go by so fast. Let's be honest. So yeah, if you would like to find out more about any of that stuff, you can email me. You can check out the links below in the description. I offer all sorts of fun like services and offers, and there's things coming out very soon. But yeah, for now, let's see what goes on that date on the 18th. Okay, enough promo. Enough promo to hear. Let's see. Embracing your shadow. What's your shadow really wanting you to show? What's the shadow actually? What shadow is there? Oh, I love how we just have, again, this image of balancing both sides. But so there's something here I'm hearing, though, for you, Tahira, around your role as this priestess. Your role as this intuitive, feminine, knowing. And I don't know if you've ever done a past life exploration around the power that you held as like an oracle. I feel like it's literally stuff's just like... if you haven't, or if it's like showing up, or if you have some way or method in which you can do that, maybe this is something we could explore. definitely there are things wanting to show that you need to, like spirit's just like, you need to recognize this ability, this power. Okay. Because the world needs it. Back in the day, like this, everyone would travel miles to go and see that priestess, the oracle, the one who could see and share, because she was connected to God. She was the one that could actually stand basically between the worlds of our physical world here on this earth and the spirit world, that high aspect of Keter, the crown on the tree. She literally is the center part of the center pillar, the middle pillar that links from the heart up to the crown, from where Jesus, right, to the high spirit, God. That's why Mary Magdalene is such a potent figure, though maybe not in the Bible, like the Christian view in the Western world, but the mystery schools, the understandings of her power and her need to help Jesus raise consciousness through the way she did that. There's something here. And you're not embracing this power. You're not embracing the wisdom and the inner knowing, right? The link that you have to this womb, the link that you have to this like greater connection, I guess, to magic. And at the bottom, we had the lovers. Okay. So like, until you do this, embracing this, I feel like this concept of connection and partnership, I want to say it's like a pipe dream, because you need to connect to your power so that you can draw the masculine who's in his power. Notice how like she's got the snake, right? It's an Adam and Eve energy, but like she's got the wisdom. He's got the will through the fire. Whatever that needs to be. I'm going to pull one of these. Okay. What shadow is there? An oracle. What? I want to know more. Well, where could you go to find out more about this oracle energy, embracing the aspect of you? Well, the answer is vague. No. Listen. It says, what does your inner child want or need from you today? Listen intently and give it to them. And like, really what I'm getting from this is like, what was it that you were drawn to as a youth? Like, because, like this high priestess energy doesn't have to be a spiritual teacher or leader or healer, or like, like a good friend of mine reads cards on YouTube locally here as well. And for the longest time, she operated a like house cleaning business. That was her job. And I just loved hearing how she would talk about what her role was and how she was able to, she's aware of like energy and stuff. She's like, yeah, when I'm there, she's like doing magic, like to clean their house. Like there's energetic things happening while she was physically cleaning, dusting, wiping toilets, whatever, which, oh my God, you guys, cleaning is such a hard job, in my opinion. I tried that once. So props to the people who have the ability to do that and to do it well. So what I'm saying there to here is like, it doesn't have to be a spiritual practice. Trust that because you are just the feminine energy of this channel between spirit, it can show up in any capacity. And the way you can figure out more about this is listening to, going into meditation, asking your inner child, journaling, and having like a automatic writing session or something with your inner child about, hey, what is it? What does your child want or need from you today? Listen and give it to them. So can you then take an action? Oh, I used to love like watching, I don't know, some type of movie. Well, then put that type of movie back on, right? Oh, we used to really enjoy like just laying on the grass, like go and lay on the grass, like do these actions. And what I'm seeing is like you giving it as an offering to your inner child. Okay. And then from there, this is going to help you embody and recognize that your power is actually a gift. Okay, we'll pull one more of these and then I'll move on. I think the work we do together will help. Oh, yes. Oh, we're going to get so clear on this. Yes, cleaning is very hard. As a child, I was always drawn to authenticity. I want to live authentically without being judged. Yeah, there's a past life thing here. We have the past life card. And I think that judgment is tied, as for many of you watching, like this is, I know from, it's that witch wound. It's the like healer who like helped, woman give birth back in the Middle Ages and then was killed because of her using herbs. Like there's so much here, judgment, criticism, feelings of unsafeness that like literally our nervous systems are like, so looking at those past lives, asking, and it can be as much as doing Akashic Records reading. It can be a wide range. These are things we can explore through methods that I've been trained in. But there's so many different ways. Go on Insight Time or go on YouTube, look up a past life regression hypnosis or something like this, and just set the intention to recognize, how do I release this feeling of judgment, and how do I really step into my feminine power, my intuitive ability as this priestess, as this connection to God. And yeah, the illumination will come on that. Okay. Whoo. Okay, Tira. When I posted and stuff, I deleted almost right away. You're not the only one. I've been hearing this a lot from people. So yeah, you therapy. Yeah, totally. I think I know like listening to a meditation online is not ideal. I think if you can actually do like a hypnotherapy or guided session in person with someone, that can be way more effective. So definitely. And if you have the resources to do that, that's awesome. Hey, former classmates, great practice for them, and you get to have benefit of that. So I'd be curious to hear what happens there. But please, you guys, as I'm like sitting here doing this magic these past few weeks, getting clear on like what it is I want to create and how I want to like live my life, I am learning recently like a deep desire for me is for freedom. And I think that's for a lot of you too, is like you just want to do things. You've mentioned authenticity. You want to be able to do and be and express yourself the way you want to, when you want to. And I do feel like this is like the innate desire of all of us for the most part. Like really, I think anyone you ask, people will say, yeah, freedom. Because that includes money freedom, time freedom, energy freedom, like being able to walk and travel and do the things you want to do, right? And we can be that when we put ourselves out there unapologetically, because that's the freedom of the soul. Okay? That's the freedom of your soul. Okay. That's enough of my jibba jabba. I don't know if that's an appropriate term to use. Kaylee. Okay. Sorry, I'm clicking things on my whatever here. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. Kaylee. You're welcome, Tahira. Yes, let me know how it goes. But Kaylee, let's see. What of the shadow? What is the shadow energy showing up? I'm just like feeling like waves of energy, like, if you've ever had that. What's the shadow? So you have the Four of Wands. You made the finish line. Ooh, like you mentioned that you're done school and stuff. Yeah, okay. What did you, I can't remember how you phrased it. I should scroll up. First year, I'm not going back to school. The work feels different, more personal, self-directed. I feel like you're someone, I don't really know you that well, but like I feel like you're someone who would like celebrate yourself. Can you let other people celebrate you? Like, how does that feel for you? If someone were to want to host a party for you, like to be like, yeah, you're done school, like congratulations, like we just like love you so much and we want to say thank you for putting in this time and energy and effort because we like see how much that was for you. You might even like if you're wanting to ask for this, like it's okay to ask for this. There's something around that I'm feeling here. The fact that we have the Four is almost like this recognition of love, right? Like it's allowing the love. Because right now what I'm seeing is like you viewing from this side out into the distance past like this canopy of the wands to the people in the back who are like celebrating, like cheering you through. And then, yeah, it feels almost like, oh my God, I can't do that. Like, you know, can I make it through? Can I make it through that love, that Four, that chesed energy of like just expansive opportunity? You have here the Two at the bottom of the deck, the Two of Swords. And it's interesting because when I mentioned how I'm like, oh, I can feel these waves, and like it was just feeling so much like here. I don't know if my eyes were twitching, but it felt like my eyes were kind of like, you know. And there's something about how this woman is literally blindfolding herself. So I'm not sure if there's something here also like from your spirit guides that want to celebrate you. It could be actually just in this like etheric kind of place because I'm sensing with this how it's like, okay, you going within, literally mindfold, blindfold, knowing that you are protected no matter what, but letting yourself connect to these guides that want to like celebrate you. Because the energy too that I was feeling of that like moving, it really feels like spiritual downloads that can like come through you. Whether it's for the next steps in like your work, business stuff, if it's the next steps in relationships. And that would make sense with the wands being kind of this like fiery, action-oriented card. So going within to help you recognize, but to know that you can be safe. Wherever you've been burnt before or had negative experiences around these sort of like spiritual guides or connections, if you can just like, yeah, just trust. It's different now, I guess, is what I want to say with that. It's different now. Very astrally, this Two of Swords. Okay, let's see what this is. Really? That feels like too much for me. Maybe the party throwing or... Yeah, there's something having to let go here. You have the shed card. It says, the wild woman demands that the masks you've worn be shed here and now. They are keeping you small. It's time to expand. That's quite the image. It's funny, like the mask. Like, what if taking off the mask, the shedding, would be completed by wearing like the blindfold, covering your face. Like, do you know what I mean? Because then when you take it off, or if you have some form of like a mask thing that then you can remove, it's like in ritual even, this will be kind of like a dedication to like, I am moving beyond into this next place where these people can celebrate me. Because you don't have to like minimize your abilities, because you are powerful. I was just like seeing a cast. I'm not really sure what that's about. Just the uncomfortableness, I guess, that a cast produces, right? When someone's wearing it. So you have 2 cards, focus and divinity. Here you go. You're supposed to be focusing on this divinity part. Okay, so that, yeah, whatever that is, focusing on the internal world so that you can move beyond this, like this chapter, this old self. I don't know how you meditate or when you're meditating. There might be benefit to like fire meditation, because we have like the Sagittarian bow and the wands again. Like there's something that can help with the moving. And we got a star, right? There's just something here about like that. You can envision, I mean, this is what, a 7-pointed star? I don't think I need to say anything else about that. But there's definitely something about fire. You can see it even on this card with the chick burning up, kind of. So whatever that alchemical process looks like for you, Kaylee, focusing on this divine aspect of you, tuning into your internal world, being open to receive from your guides and from anyone in your external physical reality that want to bless you with this, like, yay, congrats. But this is all going to help you with this expansion, right? Moving, especially with what it is you're creating now in your world. Because, you know, the ideas come when we meditate. The ideas, the inspiration, the flow all show up when we're in that meditative state. And not just in the meditation, but like, you know, making it a regular practice to meditate and then in your day take aligned action can be really great, because it just seems to come, I would say it comes more naturally that way. Quicker, like it just seems to flow better than that, again, that striving, right? Striving energy. Okay, oh my gosh, I gotta read the thing. That hits home. Feeling lots of pressure to expand and show up, but lots of fear of the unknown, having blind faith, letting go of control. The covered eyes feel like the unknown. Oh, yes, I like that. Mama needs to meditate. Yes, thanks for being here. I'm glad it resonates for you, with you. And I guess I should say to people, like, you know, it doesn't always resonate. That's okay. Take what you will, do what you will. And yeah, trust as the days, the week goes by, you know, new insights will come for you too. So anyways, you're welcome, Kaylee. All the best. Maybe I will see you at the space in September. I got a message, Amy. Anyways, I digress. Okay, Robin in NYC, let's pull some cards for you. What is your shadow? What shadow is it that's showing up? And then we're going to move to Nezran. Okay, Robin, NYC. Nose is itchy. You have the 3 of Pentacles. Oh, another working kind of card. This card makes me laugh sometimes, because I can just imagine if this was like this kind of annoying couple and they're trying to like get this mason to do the job, and it's like, oh, but you missed this. And the mason's like, Kind of like, I don't know if that resonates for you, Robin. Like, are you in work right now that people are kind of like, like your employer or like boss or whatever is sort of just not really the most, or you have a perception that they're at least not so like positive or encouraging. They're just like a nuisance. Um, or maybe you feel like we're talking about shadow. If you're feeling a bit like that, like, oh, like maybe I'm being too difficult. Maybe I'm, um, making it harder on the other people. There's something about that. And like, I'm seeing how we have the 3 of Pentacles, the 3 being that Bina energy, that like top pillar of severity. Again, the Saturnian energy that can be harsh. Ooh, whatever that is, clearing. But it's equally as part of the process. You have the Queen of Wands at the bottom. Look how the cat is black. Little tiny cute kitty is like still leading. Severity, but she's holding a flower and she's holding the wand of will, the wand of fire, the action. So there's an element here of like embodying both that the leading of the feminine from this place of like severity, harshness, being a little bit like short with direction giving, things like that, but still having a radiant heart, still being like just loving, I guess. Because she's got the back veil, it's in red of Gabura, and we got the blue encircling around like a clear sky. And she's sitting on a throne of gray, throne of wisdom. So there's something here that can like be that balance again for you. And it actually will help you to get the work done, to bring things into form, okay? Building this new relationship with this like severe part of self. Oh, hi, Jessica. Hello. Long time. Robin, I am retired. I put difficulty on myself. Okay. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Oh, like you're difficult with yourself. Well, yeah, same thing, right? This relationship of self. Oh, I can be so hard on me. I can be so like, just rude to people. Look at me every day. It's like, okay, sometimes that's necessary, believe it or not. Oh, what's this card? Surrender. We got 3 again. Be the rock in the river. Allow the river to take you wherever it's leading. Let go of the banks. I'm going to pull one of these red cards, but I'm just going to show you that. Be the rock in the river. Oh, that's like just a perfect image of like, the harshness. But like, let's be honest. I went out to the water the other day and I like sat at the creek and made sure I sat by where all the rocks were kind of in the water because it created the most beautiful sound. Some people might be like, oh, those rocks are in the way. Other people will be like, I'm going to ride those rapids. Like, it's perception. Can you just surrender to recognize your roughness, your rocky harshness, your whatever, the way you might be, and know that it's okay? And the banks, it's talking about banks, like the smooth flowing sides of the river that just are, and they get washed away, that they don't like last, right? So there's something about that. Just saying. Pull one of these. I always feed a stray black cat. Well, maybe you can have some conversations with that little black cat. We have death. 3d6. So can you like let go of what you perceive as beautiful? And see how the skull's in this flower, in the rose, or whatever it is. Looks like a rose to me. can you let go, oh, whatever that is, of like, oof, of whatever your perception is of a loving mother, a caring woman, a whatever, listening, like colleague, partner, whatever it might be, the kind customer at the store. I had a dream about this now, I'm just realizing. We went to the casino and it was like this idea, like sometimes we just go and like it's like a lively place, even though there's like dark energies there. Funny. And recognizing like this difference of the polarity of being nice and kind versus being like kind of like an asshole, not smiling. Like there's something. What if that can get you further? Is the like not being like or being harsh, I guess, is what I want to say. Again, something about this queen energy, this. So yeah, I definitely recommend, Robin, if you have a black cat going on in your life, when you go to feed, if you have time to interact with it, you don't have to touch it to do this. Like just literally communicate with like verbally with your words or mentally and you see what shows up around this. What is it that you want me to know? You keep coming here. What is there that you're showing me? How can I surrender? How can I let go of my views of, the feminine or kindness or whatever it might be? How can I be this balance of the flower and the will of fire? Okay. I think that's all I have to say about that. I feel that means surrender to God and he will seek you. I like that, Char. I have a hard time. Oh, I put the wrong card in there. I have a hard time surrendering to my higher self and guides. Well, this cat might be part of that process for you. Salem, right? Wasn't that Sabrina the Teenage Witch's cat's name? But I hear you about the hard time surrendering. It's like definitely, you talked about this process, right? Of like being willing to trust, recognizing that we can be like out of control, so to speak, but still in control, like, free falling and yet falling elegantly. And I think it comes with assuredness of like this nervous system regulation, breath, trusting that everything has worked out for you in the past, even when things seemed really horrible. I mean, I'm making an assumption, but most people, I'd say that's the case where it's like even the worst things that happened ended up leading to something better. Maybe writing some of that stuff down can help with opening to that trust. So, okay. My sister has a mama cat and 3 kittens. They visit me every day. That's cute. Anyways, Robin, whatever that might mean for you, folks, if you ever have to go back, re-listen to this, you can just do that. Make notes, whatever you need to do. But I believe now we're moving on to Robin. And then I think I will wrap up. Okay, I'm moving from Robin to Nezrin. That's what I'm saying. Okay, Nezrin. Ooh. What is the shadow for you? And I love this. You guys have these conversations. This is about us, again, as a collective. Our energies all joining, all sharing our insights, our inspiration. And then you take what you receive, what you hear, what you read, and make it your own. Okay? Ooh. So you have the 5 of Swords, Nezrin. Well, that's definitely like a shadowy sort of perception. Is this like a competitive energy? This Gabura energy of the 5? Look at that. I won. I've got the tricks here. I got the swords. So there's something about the shadow here with this energy, maybe how you're perceiving people and their competitiveness, Nezrin. Can you see that there's a bit of a beauty in that? Because he's cloaked in a green, right? That sucks. What if you can start to shift how that sense of competition in others that you're witnessing or picking up on, what if you can sense like, oh, maybe there's something here beautiful. What is that? And then at the bottom, you have the star card. So there's your water bear, cup bear. You can go to the water for answers. I love this image of like transporting the water. Have you ever done that? Take water from some of the places you go to and like put it in your home, like to feed plants or to water somewhere else. That like, it's interesting, it's green, but what I was actually seeing initially was you pouring water from one place and transporting it to like a barren land. Because why do people go through shadow of competition? It's usually there's a sense of lack, right? I gotta have it, like, because I don't feel like there's enough. So maybe it's even if there's someone that you recognize that's like in this competitive energy, can you bring them water from a place? Like as a gift or like whatever that might be. Literally, it's like what's the phrase I want to use? Like a peace offering, kind of. And even if you don't have to physically, if you can't or don't want to because it's not safe, physically give them the thing, can you energetically, envision them pouring it at their feet, giving it to them as a blessing? Because I wonder how many of those, is it two people or what's going on here? Because there's two swords, right? There's two folks walking away, kind of like crying. They just feel like, they feel insecure. Like the one guy looks like he's crying. He's like, oh. I don't know. Something about that. Okay. Has it in hand. Right. Thanks. I do couple. Water, maybe wisdom. Definitely two. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm noticing the ibis at the back. I believe this is Thoth. So something about communication too. A divine communication. Asking spirit for input, insight into that. Well, you kind of have two here. So you have open and you have the dreamer. Open says, clearing is required in order to fully open your divine connection to source. Be mindful of all you are feeding your body on all levels. Okay. So letting go of like these concerns about these competitive people can help you. And then you have the dreamer. The dreamer is awakened in you now. Pay attention to both the sleeping and awake dream. So I mentioned something about the spiritual communication, like it can come through the answers to your questions or how to heal this or move through it. It's going to come through dream, however that might be for you. So if you don't journal when you wake up to reflect on your dreams, I definitely encourage it. Usually a method I've taught people is like, even if you can't remember the full dream, maybe you just remember one little detail, like write that down and kind of like work your way backwards or just see what else comes, but it will show up. But there's a lot of beauty. There's something here, a lot of enlightenment, dare I say, that's going to emit because of this reflection of this divine communication you're going to receive around this shadowy aspect. And if the number 67 means anything, let's look it up. Let me just check because that's just coming to me. well, we have Bina. See how everything's connected? Understanding the third sephira. It's also tied to Zayin. That's the spelling out of Zayin. So the sword, right? 6th letter, the lovers. And let's see what Crowley has to say. To embalm is a connection there. The verb to embalm, like a body. Putting something to rest, I guess. Putting something to rest. Oh, anyways, leave that to you. Leave that to you. Okay. What time is it? Ooh, I could do one more, I suppose. I even talked about this today. I voice recorded on my phone. Interesting. Hi, Delilah. Hello. Happy September. Glad you could join in. Yes, you're welcome, Nezrin. Yeah, whatever shows up. I'm curious what that is. Anyways, I guess if there's no more requests. Oh, I pulled 2, but I didn't pull that one up. Okay, well, that's that, I guess. I will just say thank you all for being here. Ooh, 111. There we go. Thank you for being here, sharing your energy, your insights, your love with each other, with me. And yeah, take a look around, I guess, as more things are being sent out. We'll be showing up, especially in the community posts. Like if you're not going to the community posts on the channel, there's a way you can select that when you click on subscriptions on like your YouTube app. That way you're kind of like keep up to date with that. But I'm also in the process of establishing more of my mailing list so that there's a bit more of a flow of communication between us because I know it could be a lot, like so many things on YouTube. I don't know how many people you subscribe to, but it can be overwhelming to keep up. So let's just end here just with a brief kind of breathing practice. We're going to just breathe the water breath. I think just connect to that element of the feminine, to our wombs, to that center of gravity in our pelvis. And so perhaps eyes closed here, just feeling the weight of your body, the beating of your heart. And we're going to begin this breath, and it's simply a breathing in, an exhaling out, and then a holding out. All of equal counts will count to 4. So beginning together on empty lungs, inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold out, 2, 3, 4, inhale, exhale, hold out, and continuing at your own pace. Really noting the stillness on that holding out where the lungs are empty. This cycle of the breath representing that birth, death, and rebirth. We ask that Great Mother, Bina, the sphere of understanding, to be with us this week, to grant us the understanding of our shadow, to embrace it with love, to nurture it, and to recognize our wholeness. And with that, meeting on empty lungs, we'll sync our breaths. Inhale, exhale, hold out. Just breathing into that womb, into that belly. Letting it go as you just return back here. So thank you, everyone. Until next time, hopefully I'll see you on the 12th for the energy healing, the 18th for the alchemy collective. Keep saying the same thing. And if not, another one of these lives next Monday. So take care. Bye.